Alright, so, I'm like 5 days away from being 25, which is a quarter century old, which is like about a third of your life expectancy. And it's like the second year that I don't have a date for Valentine's, but I'm okay. It's the first time that I'm really okay about this, and I'm okay with being single. This year I've taken time to just do things that I want to do. Right? It's okay. We're not meant to be in love every year. If not, no. If it would be, right? So I've been doing things I want to do. So it's been cool. And I've grown up a lot this year. This is like the first year that I really grew a real beard. Even though like my mustache is not thick enough to live in Fishtown. Even though I water it with PBR quite regularly. Right? So, anyways, so I mean, one of the reasons why I've been like cool with myself, like with being single this last year, has been this story that like somebody told me, which was if being single is almost like going to like a bakery and wanting to get something, like get a cookie, and you don't see a cookie that you love, and it's probably because the cookie you want it's still getting baked, right? So right, it makes sense. I thought I'd bring some cool, warm, fuzzy thing tonight. Anyways, so I was like, all right, that's cool. So that got me thinking a lot on like how sometimes we get into all these like relationships where we're not ready. And you know, I'm thinking of the first hookup that I got, the first girl that I hooked up with, and I was like 14. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm from South America. And so this girl, when I was 14, I was like pretty rebellious. I thought it was cool and whatnot, and I thought I had it all figured out. I thought I knew what a relationship was and whatnot, and love and all that stuff. But as you'll see, it had nothing to do with it. But anyways, so I met my sister. It was my sister's graduation, and back home, proms are not like proms like here. There's like a big gala with like all your family goes, not just like all the students and their dates. It's like the whole family. As Latino things are, all the families always there, right? So I'm there with my family and my sister's graduation, and I'm like rebellious because like my sister's getting attention. Fuck that, I gotta stand up. So I had like long curly hair at the time. So it was like graduation. It was like a couple days before I was going on this like big trip camp. So I was like, I'm not gonna have time to get my hair all gelled up during camp. So I got cornrows. Yeah. Back home it was okay. It doesn't mean the same thing here, right? So I had cornrows. So I'm at this graduation with cornrows, and my friends introduced me to like this girl that was there. She was like the cousin of like one of the cool guys at my sister's graduation, whatever. So I started talking to her, and this is like one of the first times that I'm like hitting on a girl and stuff like that, and everything seems to be working really well. Like, you know, I'm practicing all the lines, I'm saying, and she's falling for everything, right? So I'm in the middle of graduation, it's this like smoky room, loud music. I'm with my cornrows and I'm like grinding with this like girl. And it's awesome. By the way, this is the only time you'll hear a white guy, the sentence involving a white guy, cornrows, loud music, and smoky, and doesn't talk about hip hop, okay? So I'm there and I hook up with this girl and it's cool. I like hook up in front of my like family in front, like it's awesome. Anyway, so like I'm there and I tell her, it was a Saturday, I tell her like, let's go on a date tomorrow. So we go out on a date the next day, and this was like one of my first like real dates. So we like go out and we went to a soccer game. Again, we're in South America. And so we go on the soccer game, and this girl, one of the reasons why I was attracted to her, she was a little bit rebellious. She was like, she had like, I don't know, she was like kind of tough, and she had like black nail polish, but she was at the prom, so she was like dressed up nicely, so it was kind of like Angelina Jolie kind of thing, but not really. But anyways, so I was like, cool, so we meet the next day, and I realized she wasn't like this cool and attractive girl, she was just emo. And So whatever, I meet her the next day, and we're at a date, and this is one of the first times I'm in a date again. So I'm like trying to behave, and I'm trying to do the things that you think you're supposed to do, and whatever. And the girl's acting the same way. She's young as well, and she doesn't know what to do, and but she's rebellious as well. So she pulls out a cigarette, and she's one of the 14-year-olds that smokes your friend. So she's like, oh, dude, she knows, she's cool. So I was pretty nervous because all my previous dates have never really worked out well. I mean, I went to a date before with a girl, and I stopped calling her because I saw a couple sweat stains on her armpit, and I was like, that girl's yucky. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to deal with this girl, trying to see and trying to understand what dating is. And she pulls out the cigarette, and she puts it in her mouth, and she's talking to me, and she just keeps it in her mouth for a little bit. And then she's about to light it up, and she lights it up, and I don't know what was wrong with lighter, but it just goes all up and burns her eyebrows, her hair, and she's trying to play it cool, and she's like... And I knew then that I wasn't mature enough for a relationship because I fucking laughed at her face. I was like, and after a second, I was like, I was like, are you okay? And she was like, yeah. I don't know, she kept talking to me. I was like, I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm still 14, so, So that was that. That's my next story.